This is the so I've got to say that I don't support this, by the way, but I'm starting to see why a lot of people back in the day thought that certain people were witches. But I'm just saying that, like, damn, you know, like, yeah, it's another golem. That's crazy, isn't it? She'd be crocheting or something. Yeah, she's out of her element. This lady needs a wheelchair. This is embarrassing. Have you at least condemned the officer who shot the civilian? No, I agree with it. Yep, I agree with it. I think he did the right thing. I did. You gonna cry about that? You're gonna get upset? Too bad.
Fuck you! Fuck you! You're gonna fucking die, man! Fuck you!
They're going crazy, aren't they? They're getting mad as fuck. We're gonna fucking find you. We're gonna fucking kill you. They gotta go and get these people. They really do. This is the government tweets this shit out, and I say a direct death threat on federal officers, and you pussy boys are tweeting about it. Go arrest them. What the fuck are y'all doing? The longer that you let these animals run wild, the more violent and radical they will become. And I think this is so true. It's so obviously fucking true, by the way. The longer that you let this go on, the worse it's going to get. What penalty do you think should be for these people? I don't know, like maybe 2 years in jail, something like that. I'm like, threatening the life of a federal officer is something that a civilized society should not tolerate. And I think that there should be more of a conversation around what kind of people do you want to live around? What kind of culture, what type of behavior do you want to permit? And whenever I see the way that these people act, it looks like a unhinged, psychotic, aggressive person trying to be as detrimental and dangerous as possible, and they're threatening other law enforcement officers. That's really it. She quit her job to protest ICE.
I quit my job for this, and I've been having flare-ups and stuff, so it's like I can barely, and I have panic attack.
You said when you heard the sirens, you immediately ran.
I quit my job for this, and I've been having flare-ups and stuff, so it's like I can barely, and I have panic attack.
You said when you heard the sirens, you immediately
I hear one right now.
ran out. Where were you?
I was about 15 minutes away.
And what were you doing?
I was disassociating.
Well, who have we here?
This is a caterpillar Karen. She hasn't fully evolved into her mature form, but this is what they began as. This is science, guys. No, it's science. This is how it goes. Everybody gets mad, but it's true. So have a graph showing, no, and again, now they can get out of this cycle by, you know, again, losing weight, getting married, getting a job, etc. Now, it doesn't always solve the problem, but sometimes it does. She's out there getting experience, trying to evolve. Well, I think that she's doing a great job. She's found a really good farming spot.
Oh my god. I will put my time in the video.
Can you show an example of a small marriage? Yeah, just look at any Democrat politician. Like, look at Nancy Pelosi.
It was not something I got terrorist. It was not.
It's a
Your
terror.
boss was gone when you said.
She's like part-time. I'm getting back after
This is real firepower!
I'm still kind of in shock. Like,
School's been canceled. Have people been taking off work for this? Have you had to take off work for this?
I quit my job, and I've been having.
Jesus Christ, where do these people come from? Oh my god. They've got to ban this guy. They've got to ban this retard. What are we doing? What are we doing going out there and saying that this guy, everyone in this post is calling for my arrest and banning for posting Jonathan Ross there claiming that I doxed him. Reminder, this is the guy who I've constantly said is a murderer. Reminder, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Never take the launch. They gotta ban this guy. I'm gonna
Boost I needed. That is much better.
Here's the reason why it's so bad to do this.
We should go now.
How many people are named Jonathan David Ross? I guarantee you the answer is more than one. Guaranteed it's more than one.
I am in your debt.
You are going to accidentally create a false positive. You're not sure that this is the name. You're just simply going out, And Elon follows me. He'll see it. And I don't want to make it a big thing and put him on the spot, right? He's a busy fucking guy. I hear he's running like 3 companies or something like that. So yeah, and not even an uncommon name. No, it's not. And so the problem is that you let people do this stuff, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And you have people that they make false positives. They harass people that aren't really the person that they think it is. And also, it puts people's lives in danger, and it encourages a tremendous amount of bad behavior. Like, I understand if you're posting something that a person said on social media or something like that, but you're not doing that. You're taking a private individual that is a law enforcement officer, and you're trying to spread their name around in order to goad somebody into violently attacking them. That's what you're doing. You're actually allowed to drive away from masked men pointing guns at you. I love how girls like this say this. If you do that and you get shot, you're gonna be the next one they're making memes about. You are. It's crazy where these people come from. Yeah, actually, the masked... What I find to be so funny about this is that it's just so obviously dishonest, because, oh, they're masked men? They're not police? Oh, okay, then why were you following them all day? Why do they have police on their name? Why is their car have red and blue flashing lights? Like, it's so insanely dishonest that I don't even know what to say about this. It's crazy. And then even Sean Strickland, about time these entitled protesters are being shot. Should it happen sooner? Every single country has immigration law. Every country enforces immigration law. You want to go out there and stop lawful enforcement, you should get shot. Exactly, yeah. You can't do that and run people over, man. You can't do that shit. So no, and then, oh, it gets even more. Here we go, here we go.
When did it become illegal to follow ICE agents around?
It's illegal.
When did it become illegal to follow ICE agents around?
It's illegal to engage in obstruction of federal law enforcement.
Is it not?
Yeah.
But
Obviously.
they're not. She was filming, right? She's filming them because ICE agents have been known to kill people because people are disappearing in custody.
Oh my god. Perfect. There it is. This right here, gentlemen, I feel like this just says it all. It does. It really says it all, doesn't it?
This is
There you go. Wow.
Because we're missing 400 people in Alexander Outback.
This is the political.
This is not political vigilantism.
You're encouraging people to interfere with federal law enforcement.
I'm
Yes.
saying
And people are getting killed
because the DHS is lying,
Yes.
because ICE is lying.
Absolutely.
I think that there is obviously an entire thing on ICE.
Amnesty International did? Oh, okay. Let's just listen to them.
There's a big difference between.
Yeah, let's get rid of immigration because of this thing. Yeah, for sure. It's so delusional and stupid. It's insane. And where's a few more of these here that are worth looking at? I think there was another one that was part of this. Give me a second. I'll see if I can find it. But yeah, it's insane. Oh yeah, here it is.
Well, I agree with you, Jonathan. I think there's some details we don't know yet, and we'll have more about it. What strikes me is, first of all, it's extremely sad and unfortunate that someone died. I mean, there's political fighting and disagreements aside. It's terrible. You don't want people to die in law enforcement situations or otherwise. But it strikes me that we are undergoing an epidemic of political vigilantism right now.
This is undeniably true. Is it so many people think that they're going to take the law into their own hands? And they're going to try to, like, defy the federal government or something like that? It's such a dangerous precedent to set. And I'm shocked that so many people are enabling it.
Why?
They're emboldened by the media.
Going up in convoys, not just in Minneapolis, but all over the country, in an effort to obstruct lawful federal law enforcement activity.
Exactly.
This is not an isolated incident. We have had hundreds of car rammings against ICE agents.
Think about that. Hundreds of car rammings against ICE agents. Why is it that those people aren't in jail? Every single one of those people should be in jail for the indefinite future.
Time to cut our losses.
That's the reason why you keep getting them, is because the people that are doing them don't get in trouble.
All over the country. According to DHS, this lady in this car today, along with other vehicles, have been tracking ICE agents around.
Yep.
Why are people believing that they can drive their car to a federal law enforcement situation and that is an appropriate thing to do?
Exactly. And you take a step back and you realize how fucking ridiculous this is. And the reason why people are trying to justify it is because they want it to happen. That's the reason why. It's because they agree with it.
Understand they don't like the fact that these agents are enforcing existing immigration law. But that's not how we change laws in this country. If you don't like a law, you talk to politicians. You don't drive your car into the middle of a building or a law enforcement situation that's being occupied by the people who are simply there to enforce the law. If I don't like how much the IRS is charging me a taxi, I don't drive my car in the immigration department, try to run anybody over. I call my congressman.
There's one guy that actually tried to do that. Remember, he drove his car or his airplane into the IRS building. Let me see if I can find this. So this happened, like, it's actually crazy that this happened. So whenever my dad, this was in Austin, my dad was working at the IRS in Austin when this guy flew an airplane into the IRS building. And I remember I called him and I was like, so are you good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, well, what's going on? He's like, oh, they're stressed out. And I'm like, all right, see ya. That's about it. Yeah, he's killed himself. I think he killed like one other person. I don't even know.
Vigilantism is being encouraged by Democratic officials like the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, Peggy Flanagan, who earlier this year told people to, quote, put your bodies on the line, and Tim Walz calling these guys Gestapo all year. What do you think happens when you radicalize a base of people about
That's true. He's completely right. That there has been an ongoing attempt to radicalize people as much as possible, and then to try to capitalize on the radicalization and use the chaos that the radicalization creates as a reason why the people need to leave. And you can see him. This one's fine, right? Because nobody's standing in the road.
2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
See, I don't think anybody, like, I think they're stupid and I disagree with them, but I don't have a problem with this because they're just standing on the side and they're not really causing any problems, really. But, like, the problem is whenever they're going out to road. Is it a road? I don't even know. It's hard to even see. If it's in a road, yeah, it shouldn't be in the road. And keep in mind, none of this happens in Florida because Florida doesn't put up with it. Minnesota, this happens in Minnesota because they let it happen. That's the reason why. Somalis make MPLS great.
You thought you got rid of me? How did
It's held by a white woman in a pink hat. Oh, brother, it really doesn't get any better than that. Isn't it Thursday morning? You have a real job. Yeah, but shouldn't it? Yeah, it's Thursday. I thought it was fucking, yeah, get a real job. What is the fucking irony of this? Oh my God. So yeah, I don't even know what this is. Get a real job. They're all fat. Yeah, of course they are. And then, oh, there's even more of them too. Look at this.
You thought you got rid of me?
The ICE is ICE entitled to less protection than the average citizen? Are they second-class citizens now? Have we decided that we're going to put them out there as targets?
Let's see where this goes here a second. And some of the audio, just for the folks at home, we don't want it to be too brief. Riding this a little bit. The summer of love was hot for many reasons, including the temperature.
The summer of love.
Right
yeah. Is that what they call it now?
It's not going to get much longer than that throughout the day. You know, you want...
It's the usual suspects.
Different climates.
Yeah.
Whether or not there's 2,000 people in the street.
Whether we talked about this on the air before, the weather in these circumstances helps. Believe it or not, it matters. When it's hot, it's just human nature. When it's hot, people are irritated, they'll go out. It starts raining, all of a sudden everybody goes home.
Florida has a much higher illegal population. Why is ICE in Minnesota instead? They'd be able to get much more done. It's almost as if the admin wants chaos. It's almost as if Florida is cooperating with the ICE anyway, and so they don't need to send ICE down there as much because they have the cooperation of the state government, number one. Number two, Florida is a much higher population state than Minnesota is, so because it's higher population, there are going to be more illegal aliens, even if the percentage is the same. Like,
very often the collision of the protesters is a mile wide.
This is real firepower!
Jeez. This is right, yeah, duh. Yeah, so there we go. ICE is in a lot of states right now. Yeah, and also another reason why you don't hear about ICE being in Florida is because they're not going out there doing it. Oh, and then we have also, by the way, I found this to be funny. So there's a lot of people that are upset about me. Is that Dark Woke and some make fun of Garfunkel being murdered by communists and Charlie Kirk? This guy tried to get me expelled from school and posted my home address because I made fun of Charlie Kirk, by the way. And now you have the exact same person who is calling me subhuman because I said you shouldn't stand in front of a car, or sorry, you shouldn't drive a car through a person. This is the same person. So I just want y'all to see this. And this is a little tip in order to understand where these people are really coming from. Is that any of these people that are on social media crying about this, search their Twitter name and then search Kirk after that. And see what they say about Charlie Kirk. Because in a lot of these cases, the people that are doing this were making jokes about, making light of, and justifying Charlie Kirk being killed. But now, whenever this woman gets shot, now it's totally different. Don't you find that to be odd? It's almost as if there's no principle behind this at all, and they're just advocating for her because she's on their side. Oh, maybe? Who knows?
When things looked really bleak, it was Minnesota's first that held that line for the nation on that July 3rd, 1863. And I think now we may be in that moment that the nation's looking to us to hold the line on democracy at our history.
I love this. You're holding the line on democracy by allowing people to extrajudicially stop federal law enforcement from enforcing the law that was voted on by the public. It's just so, like, just insanely dishonest. How do you even get there?
Born again!
If you're gonna jail him, we've got to put this guy in jail. We do. We've got to put this guy in jail. It has to happen. And so, yeah. Oh, here's another one.
This is real firepower! P.S. Without due process, it is just called kidnapping. Then shut up and use your voice. Put your body on the line. Our neighbors are...
Put your body on the line. Use your voice. Man, the Insurrection Act cannot come soon enough. That's what I think. It cannot come soon enough. It's so simple. What was the mom doing? What was the mom doing? What was a mom from Colorado doing at a Minnesota ICE protest? I mean, let's get real. I won't have my intelligence insulted by people playing stupid. It's so obvious, isn't it?
I want Minnesota to be from me. The desire to get out and protest and speak up to this administration to how wrong this is, that is a patriotic duty.
Go ahead and protest. Just don't stand in front of the street.
Clear that she tried to use her vehicle as a weapon, mow over an ICE agent, and now she is dead. And her death is tragic. But at the end of the day, it was completely unavoidable. It should have simply followed the commands of the ICE agent. But what really is more disturbing,
follow the fucking law.
To me, is Governor Walz's comments about using.
We've got to put this guy up. We've got to put him on. This guy has to go to jail. Like, I'm telling you, if we do that, it is going to, like, Trump's approval rating is going to go skyrocket. I promise you. Like, at the moment that you start putting these roaches in jail, oh my God. Because then people, like, as soon as they realize, okay, we can do this, holy shit, then it's going to start way more.
the National Guard to keep the federal government ICE agents out of his state. He has now gone full Jefferson Davis, and that's what outcaused civil war. This is a problem.
It'll never stop.
The left always does this. They always clamor for more violence. They always clamor for more rioting. Many Minneapolis, they've already burned to the ground. The violence must stop, but respect law enforcement, respect this president that said, I am going to clamp down on illegal immigration, and Minneapolis has become a cesspool for illegal immigration, and we're not standing for it any longer.
It's a shithole, and you can't let that happen. Absolutely. And so they are talking a little bit about actually arresting him, which is what's crazy. I'm happy to see this. Finally, it's happening. And I don't know really whether it's going to go anywhere or anything else, but it does seem like things are going in that direction. And if Tim Walz does get arrested, that is going to be fucking insane. I will be so happy when that happens. Tim Walz has officially authorized the National Guard to assist local law enforcement as the situation in Minneapolis grows increasingly tense. Except Minneapolis Police Department aren't doing anything, so there's nothing for them to do. Federalize them? Yeah, he should, Trump should absolutely federalize this. During the 2020 riots, Walz refused to deploy the Minnesota National Guard.
National Guard, and what does that mean? The mayor knew what he was asking for. He wanted the National Guard, and what does that mean? I think to the mayor, yes, I think it's a perception. I'm certainly not questioning that. I think the mayor said, I request the National Guard. Cool, I'm out. This is great. We're going to have massively trained troops. No, you're going to have 19-year-olds who are cooks. The mayor knew what he was asking for. He wanted the National Guard.
Better than nothing. I don't know why he'd just downgrade the National Guard like that. I mean, aren't they supposed to be trained? Guys, as always, how can you tell that it's a protest in America?
In 5, 4, 3, 2,
what have I said over and over and over?
Got it?
It's the flags. Yep. It's a National Guardsman too? Yeah, it's weird that he would say that. Get his ass. Oh. See, all they need to do is just sit there. Anybody that walks on the road, just shoot them with the paintball gun, right? I mean, I'm not talking about live ammo. Just shoot them with the paintball gun. You get the fuck off the road.
Now you do the same for me,
Minnesota's a PvP zone? Yeah, I know. Literally any flag but the American flag. No, they bring the American flag too, to burn it.
Never fall!
You can tell just by her voice that she's fat. You can tell, there's something about it. I can hear the cellulite in her voice. Guaranteed fatty. Absolutely a fatty. That's a true yeah. It's so obvious. On a mobility scooter? Yeah. You can hear the cheeseburgers.
Ain't nobody stealing Gambit's chance to win.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, jeez. Yep. Oh my God! They're just going. They're bots, man. They're absolute bots. Somebody's saying, what are you saying here? Let me read this. What is this? Part 1, I came here long ago, I think I found something moderate in the middle. You started developing a people person, right? Now, I don't know if you changed throughout the years, if it's your true self, getting more comfortable.
Yo, Bucky, either you gotta stop pulling your weight, or someone else is gonna take DPS, bro. You're supposed to be taking care of this Spider-Man, and you're not doing it.
What I actually think, is even worse. But I don't say that. I don't express that. But yeah, that's number 1. I've always felt that. But number 2, what about what I'm saying is extreme? I don't think it's extreme. What about me is extreme? And I really mean this. I don't think that I'm extreme at all. I think what's happened is that people have gotten so extreme
on these weird left-wing people that they view anybody who's not their version of extreme as extreme. Like, I don't think that I am at all. You used to be okay with immigration, but against illegal immigration. Now you're against it all. I'm not against all immigration. But I think immigration has to have a net positive effect to the Americans that are in the country. I don't think that we should be having immigration that comes at the expense of American citizens. So, like, for example, I don't think that we should bring in H-1B visa workers in order to undercut American wages. But, like, for example, if somebody wants to immigrate from, I don't know, anywhere, as long as they're not a moron and they want to come over and be an American, I think it's fine. But it's a matter of degree. Like, should we bring in every immigrant ever? Of course not. But we should decide based off of that. So is that the only one? Yeah. 2 people shot by ICE in Portland. Yeah, I mean, you know that I'm not against immigration. I mean, like, how am I against? Here's a thing about like this, right?
Don't mess with the amazing.
I'm not against immigration. I just don't want them to come over illegally. It's pretty simple. It's situational, yeah, duh. Like, obviously, like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's fine. These are refugees? I don't know about that. And let me see if I pull me up. Let me see if there's anything more about it. But then after that, I will look. Apparently, there's the ICE. What do you call it? There's like ICE that have shot 2 more people. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. What separates your political students after you use constructive criticism and critical thinking? I try to, right? I genuinely do try to understand what people's perspectives are, right? So yeah.
Yo, Jeff, go with them.
Problem, exactly. By that logic, I guess I'm not a racist because my friends are black. Yeah, I think generally that's true, actually. If you have a bunch of black twins, you're probably not a racist. Duh. What kind of a racist is going to have a bunch of friends of the race they hate? Like, absolutely, yeah, for sure. Like, everybody, like, people make this out like it's like some kind of like dumb joke or like dumb excuse, but actually makes a lot of sense. Why would somebody actively be friends with a person of a race that they hate? It doesn't make any sense. It's totally illogical. And I think that really, but here's what's
lucky, brother. Come on, bro, please.
It's a long list, but it's a long list. Okay.
You're playing one of the easiest characters in the game, bro. Please do something.
I can't think of anything about it. Yeah, I guess that must be it. And that makes a lot of sense. And so they can feel superior to people around them. I don't think that people really do that. You just generalize a lot. I think that it's okay to talk in generalities because generalities are usually how people exist. So yeah, when you have opinions about stuff you like tact, for example, you say you're not celebrating women dying, but then you laugh about her death. I'm just answering your question. I do lack tact. I don't really have any real sympathy for people that are victims of their own bad decision-making. I'm not. I don't have any sympathy. Like somebody is a drug addict and they die from a drug overdose. I don't really give a shit. Somebody is a gambling addict and they kill themselves because they run out of money. I don't give a shit. Somebody goes and they try to attack a cop and then the cop shoots them. I don't give a shit. That's it. You chose this path in life and it's led you to the end of the road. That's the reality. I don't have any sympathy. I don't. And the reason why is because I think people use that sympathy to take advantage of you. And I think also it's because I think it's what they did the thing, and what happened to them is an effect of the thing that they did. Now, I can empathize with them, and I can say, that's sad that happened to
Venom, brother, you go for the back line. Go for the healers.
But at the same time...
Stop focusing on the ammo, let the TPS do that.
You have your own autonomy. You can choose your own destiny. And when you choose to just do that, and then something bad happens to you, that's life. I've watched people become victims of their own bad decision-making my entire life. I've watched my mom develop COPD from smoking cigarettes and she couldn't stop and she went to the hospital and she eventually died from complications of that. I've seen myself lose my teeth from my own bad habits of drinking too much soda. I've seen friends of mine have drug addictions and it ruined their lives as well. I've seen it happen, but sometimes it's not about deserving it or not, but there's a cause and effect of certain actions And if you don't acknowledge that, and I don't have sympathy for people that engage in that. I really don't. And the reason why is because they know what they're doing.
Jeff, go. Eat them. I believe in you. Everyone else push.
They're doing something wrong to them, and they choose to do it. Do you think the protesters believe they're doing the right thing regardless of the outcome it has on them? No. I think that if there was a negative outcome, they wouldn't do it. So yeah, no, and I think that that's really the reason why.
Born again! Tremble before fast! I would turn around.
So I can make excuses? Yeah, I don't make excuses for people. Not even for myself. Yeah, I never even make excuses for myself. Like if I do something wrong, I take accountability for it. I do it. How do you know that? This is typical. Most raids and parties have their tanks positioned at the beginning, at the front. Very common. Common formation.
Hey, you heard him? He said he got me next. He's targeting. He's targeting.
Well, you can't expect them all.
Jesus Christ.
Hi, everyone. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz here. You witnessed in Minnesota yesterday the tragedy that made good. You also witnessed last night a beautiful vigil, a peaceful vigil. People expressing their constitutional and First Amendment rights in a peaceful manner. And for that, I say thank you. I've been very clear. We need a couple things here. We need Minnesota to carry out this investigation to make sure that the professionals of the DCA and the local law enforcement who's in charge of law enforcement make sure we do the investigation, and then to pull back this unnecessary
Pick
surge.
your hero.
And so
or
with
villain.
that, I
I'm
would
not
ask.
That's definitely a great idea. Yeah, maybe we should just stop enforcing the law. Great.
For all of us to continue to do this peacefully, continue to raise our voices, but do so in a manner that brings about that sense of community. In Minnesota, I'm declaring tomorrow at 10 a.m. on January 9th, I'd ask everyone to pause for a moment of silence to remember Renee Good, also to remember all.
How is it that every single person that they end up memorializing is like a criminal? Like George Floyd is like a career criminal that pointed a gun at a pregnant woman. This lady is like some weirdo that came all the way from Colorado and is like driving through ice. Like, how is it that you keep picking losers? It's insane.
And right.
Behold,
yeah.
And
how do you keep picking losers like this?
To give their people some space. I'd ask each and every one to find a way to contribute in their community. It might be sheltering on neighbor's block. It might be being at a food bank. It might be pausing to talk to someone you haven't talked to before. But to show the goodness, to rise up, to make sure that we're being very, very clear about this. That we expect our constitutional rights to be protected, that we expect accountability of our elected.
They claim Kyle Rittenhouse crossed state lines. Again, you can never expect any consistency from these people at all.
And that we are not going to go quietly. And we're not going to give up on those things that matter so much to us. And chief amongst those is human dignity, respect, rule of law. All of the things that we know make this country great.
Naturally. Of course, yeah, it's all about human dignity and respect. Very clearly. And, yeah. Renee Good, Colorado woman killed impeding law officer, attempting to evade arrest. Let's memorialize a woman that almost killed a law enforcement officer. This is why we need to report. Yeah, I think that's what they need to do. They need to just totally shut this down. Like, this guy's got to get arrested. They've got to do that. They've got to get rid of these people in the leadership position because these people very obviously are just nuts. And this is another reason why they need to open up the insane asylums. I've said this before, and I think it's becoming even more evident today that you need to have these people, like some of these people are just fucking crazy. They're crazy, and it's scary, and they're going to do something and hurt people, and it's going to be bad for everybody. Treason? I know. I think they should do that. Weird that he wants his officers to investigate. Well, yeah, just like they investigated the fraud. Of course.
Just the boost I need. David got your back.
Hello
and welcome to Power Hour. I'm Gabriella Power. Thank you for joining us. Well,
wasn't all that long ago that these were the people running America. Now, I have to warn you, this photograph is from 4 years ago, and it kind of gives you a jump scare just looking at it. You can see Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and Biden's cabinet at the White House, all wearing masks during an era that was absolutely insane, a time where some federal workers were fired if they didn't want to get the COVID jab. Is making moves to reverse Biden's extensive pandemic.
I am ready to put on a show!
Delete any records related to workers' COVID vaccination status, including any records of non-compliance or exemption. And that is about time. Office of Personal Management Director
Now you do the same for me,
says
Lee.
that things got out of hand during the pandemic, yes they did, and federal workers were fired, punished, or sidelined for simply making a medical decision. That should never have happened. Thanks to President Trump's leadership, we're making sure that the excess of that era did not have lingering effects on federal workers. Now, that is a win. No one should have ever lost their jobs during that time, and no one should ever have their personal medical choices held against them. Now, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is feeling the heat of insider trading accusations against her and her husband. The president has lashed out at the former House Speaker over the weekend, posting on Truth Social. Crooked Nancy Pelosi and her very interesting husband beat every hedge fund in 2024. In other words, these two very average minds beat all of the super geniuses on Wall Street, thousands of them. It's all inside information. Now, Nancy Pelosi is on a salary of around $180,000.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Civil War is taking over Minnesota as mobs battle the federal government. Oh! Ooh, look at him hiding behind that umbrella. Okay. Yeah, back up. Ooh, these guys are getting arrested. Look at all the people. They're throwing stuff at the SUV. The press is out there wearing body armor. This is wild. Was that window broken? This is insane. How do you live in a place like this? Meanwhile, the governor's out there saying his own National Guard troops are ready to do something.
The Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops.
Okay.
They're teachers in your community, they're business owners, they're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans. Minnesota will not allow our community to be used as a prop in the national political fight.
Well, that's what you're using it as, to save yourself. Political games are precisely why you've got these mobs storming a courthouse and an ICE detention facility. Look at this. We got security trying to hold them back. These people are wild. Look at this. They're banging on the door with their fists. You're telling me this isn't political? You're telling me these people aren't out here because they're not believing the lies of their politicians who are trying to save their own skin and trying to save and stay in power? That's what this is about. If you want to see what Tim Walz is going to do, this is it. He's not going without a fight. This is his fight. Because these riots might be the one thing that saves some of these people from a federal investigation, or so they think.
And so it is not helpful for us to have ICE agents unlawfully just carrying out these ridiculous raids that are not resulting in any sort of arrests that have no explanation of why they are there. They are disturbing peaceful communities that are just trying to live out their lives. And I join our mayor and our senator in asking them to get the heck out of our city.
You're attacking them and chanting things and not standing down. This is the most frightening thing going on in America right now.
Here's a harsh and sad reality. When you have a Minnesota governor and a Minneapolis mayor simping for Somalia instead of simping for American citizens,
which is where they're elected.
There's no hope for that state. That state is gone. You might as well say that the United States only has 49 states because it's no longer governed for the benefit of Americans. It has now been taken over by Somalis. Anytime any residents of that particular state is residing in a state that they feel no longer protects them as citizens, as residents of that state, all hope is gone.
Right.
They might as well just pack it up and try and look for other states that are going to accept them.
But doing that would just reward these sanctuary leaders by keeping them in power.
The
Look at
images
this.
on the screen. There's that flag you were talking about being burned here. What kind of things are they shouting?
These
the
people.
crowd that's out there. I know they're obviously not happy. ICE is there. They've been talking about that.
Right.
What are they saying? You know, what's the energy like where you are right now?
I mean, they look depressed.
So that's one
and
reason why I'm
militant.
not getting too close so I can hear because it is loud out here. It's all preventing against ICE.
Gabriel, come to the wall. There's a little fear in his voice. Listen to
Do
this.
not allow them to deploy federal troops into here. Do not allow them to invoke the Insurrection Act. Do not allow them to declare martial law. Do not allow them to lie about the security and the decency of this state. And let's let this investigation play itself out.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we protect
That's not what he wants, though.
I encourage you to use your First Amendment rights and all of your constitutional rights, but do so in a peaceful manner.
Yeah,
we'll
which they
gather
are.
back with you as soon as we gather more information that needs to be put out. But again,
This is such doublespeak. On the one hand, he says, look, I've got my own National Guard troops ready to go, but you use your First Amendment rights, but do it peacefully. But we're going to fight this thing, and the worst government ever, the federal government, is coming after us, and they're just pure evil, but be peaceful, and I've got my own troops ready to go. You see what's happening?
The DHS is claiming this was all in self-defense from ICE's perspective, but videos like this one led Mayor Jacob Frey to forcefully call that narrative, quote, garbage. The scene remained very active.
They're
for
attacking their own
hours, with
cops.
angry protesters demanding local police arrest the ICE officer involved. At one